everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Two teams will need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's Deshaun Watson's Texans going up against Tyrod Taylor's Bills.
Thank you, Larry. Renamed in August of 2016, there's a look inside New Era Field here at Orchard Park, New York. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Buffalo Bills. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have two. Remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
Here we go.
Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
They go play action here on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards, and it'll be a second down.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
On the right side, this is Miller. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
This is Lamar Miller, and he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Here we go with 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, Watson. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A first down carry now for Miller. Quick move by Miller.
Missed.
It will not go down. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
And now a first down following that long gain. A shotgun snap for Watson. This will be caught just inside the 10. And this carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, just not much room there to operate. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sidelines thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. They're doing pretty well.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Lamar Miller, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Now Andrew Frank's on for the point after. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. Here's Franks now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Here's the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And he'll get across the 20, but only to about the 22-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Here we go.
Again, it's McCoy. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
No surprise there, Jadeveon Clowney with a tackle for loss. We all know how he became one of the most famous players in football, though, don't we?
Oh, that one play.
Yeah, that one big-time play was on highlights everywhere. They want to see more of that here in the NFL.
Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I know you've got a baseball background, right?
A little bit. Started minor league ball.
Yeah, you did some of that, right? What do they do when they do the signals? An indicator, right?
Tells you whether it goes or not, yeah.
Yeah, whether the play's on or not. How about the indicators offensive linemen give when they're getting ready to run a screen pass? And if those get red, well, we just saw that there, didn't we?
No gain.
No gain. Deciphered it and finished the play off.
Taken from just outside the 30. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And the Texans set to come onto the field. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. That'd be ideal.
On 1st down, Watson trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Taylor. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Here we go.
Now it's Taylor. Swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. Here's Colton Schmidt now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. And now out comes Houston. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. From the gun, here's Watson. Right side, caught Fedorowicz. And he is level. Knocked down hard. So just 1 yard to go here on 3rd down. Watson from the gun, he'll throw. And he's got Miller. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. And to the left side, Fedorowicz has it. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks at the 32-yard line. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up 1st down.
Lamar Miller, he's at the 30, 10, touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Here's Franks now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 7 yards to go on 2nd down. To throw is Taylor. And he'll check this one down to McCoy. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Second quarter about to get underway. Taylor now to throw on 3rd down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Here's Colton Schmidt now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. And we'll see what he can do on the return. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Finding some room at midfield. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Second down now after the incompletion. Off of play action, it's Watson. Dumps it complete to Miller. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. On 1st and 10, Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. A good pickup there, a 22. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Watson now to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Fuller. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Now Watson. And he's got it for Dorowitz. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or 2 shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
This one fielded at the 5. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And the Bills getting set to go. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
It's complete to his tight end, Charles Clay. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. Over the middle and caught by the tight end, Clay. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the play.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
fake to McCoy. Now it's Taylor. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on second down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
He was trying to get it to Andre Holmes that time, and it's third down. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
Yeah, really turned it loose, didn't he? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Now Taylor looking for Benjamin, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Andre Howell. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Again, it's Miller. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Buffalo after this. Faking the give. Now Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? A good pickup there, a 22. So they're operating in the red zone. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Zach Cunningham in there to drop him for a loss on the play. Now it's Taylor. And he's got it. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They'll try to sneak with Taylor, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Tyrod Taylor with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bills get a bit closer. Stephen Hauschka for the point after. And it's 17-7. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got it complete to Braxton Miller. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They go play action here on first down. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious, and you start to think about taking it away and going the other way instead of focusing and catching the ball.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Completion left side to Miller. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Braxton Miller, his second touchdown on the season. And the Texans will extend their lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Around the NFL, second quarter in Indianapolis. And the Jags, they're out to an early lead there. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. So we have reached halftime here. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is I'm
doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. from the shotgun. It's Taylor. Going deep for Benjamin. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They were looking to get it to Kelvin Benjamin there. And now it's third down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Andre Howe. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
None of I've heard stories about
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller with his third touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And he's able to put it through. Here's Franks now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And now out come the Bills. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 40. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Well, I'd say we're well past the time that we're trying to work out the kinks of the season, aren't we? We're already into week 3, and he's looking really, really strong. Already has won an AFC Player of the Week award.
Yeah, did that a week ago in week 2 with runs like that and then some. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. He'll set up the screen to McCoy. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Play action, it's Taylor. Going deep for Benjamin. And incomplete, he dropped it in the end zone.
Credit the secondary, credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Now Taylor going to throw again. Going deep for Benjamin. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They begin with a run by Miller. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They keep it with Miller on first down. And he'll power his way up near the 25. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Second down following the run. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. His throw incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and it's 3rd and 5.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. The Texans on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Let's go!
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. To throw is Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. So that'll back him up 5. So the penalty by the offense, and now they face a 1st and 15. After the penalty, it's Miller. They get 1 yard back there to make it 2nd and 14.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And the 8th play on this drive coming up.
Check 26, check 26.
To throw on second is Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Now they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on third down.
Let's go.
From the gun, here's Watson. Flushed out right. The catch made by Miller. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Let's go. Brand 38. Brand 38. Ohio. Let's go. Flex round. Ohio. Flex round.
Out of the gun, Watson. That's complete right around the 8. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans add on. On the NFL scoreboard, they are in the 3rd now in New Orleans. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Here's Franks now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch. Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And he's brought down after a good gain. And a nice gain at 21 yards. Now a 1st down carry here for McCoy. And he's got this one just across midfield to the 49. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. From midfield now, here's Taylor. And this is going to be incomplete. Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Here's Colton Schmidt now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. On 4th down, Schmidt. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. Well, not only did they try to fake it, they put the ball in the arm of their punter, and it didn't work out.
Not the quarterback.
No.
The punter.
Yeah, risky.
And it's so funny because when it works, genius. When it doesn't work, not so smart.
Not so genius.
In this case, not so genius, but I do admire that he went for it.
He was looking to get it to his running back, Lamar Miller, and that'll bring up second down. Now a handoff, running off, tackle right. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Here's Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Texans continue to pour it on.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Franks to add the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Back now in Buffalo. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Here's Franks now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And here come the Bills. Throwing now, Taylor on first down. Now they go screen, it's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Let's go! Brand 38! Brand Ohio!
From the gun, it's Taylor. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Zach Cunningham in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. 3rd and long. Taylor and company hoping to regroup after the sack.
Let's go! Flex round!
Operating from the gun. Taylor, he's going to loft this one deep left sideline. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Take it at the 37. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, They're not as worried and concerned about getting him out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Being chased out left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Watson on first down. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans add on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Here's Franks now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Taylor will throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And down he'll go at the 25. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
Now Taylor to throw on 2nd down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Bills drive stalls out on 4th down. And the Texans take over an excellent field position.
Come on, let's go! Ryan 38! Ryan 38!
Now a play fake here on first down. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Shaq Lawson in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Fresh set of downs here.
Let's go.
To throw is Taylor. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Now Taylor to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And now out comes Houston. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, the number 4's kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Now it's Watson. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Here's Franks now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Here's Taylor to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Here we go.
Here we go. It's Taylor on 4th down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off around the 41. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Throwing now, Watson. Throw left side complete. It's Miller. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Let's go.
Watson hands to Miller on the draw. Trucks through it.
Oh, man, right through it.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. First and goal. Defense with their backs against the wall. They come out 5 wide. 3 of them to the right side. Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off inside the 5. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, first down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
Elsewhere, they're into the 4th at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A win would be their 2nd on the young season. After the interception, here's Taylor. He's going to let it fly. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And this will be a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Here we go.
On 2nd down, it's McCoy. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Texans, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Buffalo.